Hello and welcome to Vlogmas Day 16. It is about 10:30 this morning. Chloe is going to be getting up from her nap at 11, so she usually has lunch at 12. So I try to kind of prepare some of what she's going to have for lunch a little bit ahead of time because yeah, she's very rowdy, so it's hard to do it when she's actually awake. So I'm going to do that. I just spent the morning cleaning and tidying up. YouTube was actually down this morning for an hour or maybe half an hour, so I wasn't able to upload my Vlogmas for today, but I did manage to get it up, so I think it's live now. I try to get my videos up for 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but sometimes if I finish editing too late, I like to just wait till the next morning so I can watch it over again, just to make sure like all the cuts are correct before I upload it, because you know how you're looking at something, whether it's a paper you're writing or an email you're writing or a video you're editing, after a while you kind of just see what you want to see. So I usually just like to have a little bit of a break when I'm editing so that I can take a look at it another time with like a fine-tooth comb. I still often miss things though, just because sometimes I'm kind of just in a rush to get things up. Anyway, I try for 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but sometimes it just kind of gets uploaded sometime in the morning. I would be curious to know when you guys watch YouTube videos the most. I feel like I probably watch the most in the morning for sure, and probably in the evening. Not so much throughout the day, because when I was working, I'd obviously be at work throughout the day, but I usually like to watch it in the morning when I'm getting ready. I usually have like a video playing, and also in the evening, sometimes if I'm like having dinner by myself or just like to unwind later at night. So I'd be curious if you guys do the same. So today is a pretty average day. The beau is actually only working 3 days this week, so 2 days at home, 1 day in the office, and then he's off Thursday, Friday. It's Monday right now, in case you're wondering. Our new range is supposed to be delivered on Thursday, which I'm very excited about. I actually thought about it last night and it got me really excited because I was boiling something last night and the pot overflowed a little bit, and then obviously once it hits the stove top, it sizzles because of the heat of the elements. So with our new induction stove, because it doesn't heat the pot through contact, that won't happen anymore, which is exciting. Because if you've ever had a pot overflow on an electric range, then you'll know how, like, if you don't get to it in time, it will dry over and get hard and burn, and then you're just like, you have to scrub it off, and it's such work. Anyway, those are kind of first world problems, right? I'm also going to wrap some gifts today because our dining room table is an absolute mess, and because we don't have an island in our kitchen, we do everything on the dining room table. So we'll work on the dining room table, we'll just like place things there. It's kind of like part storage, part like dining room surface. So yeah, I have to clean it up because if you can see like behind me, it's like a complete mess. Fedex just delivered the other half of my Lululemon order, so I'm going to open it now. Chloe is just having a little bit of independent playtime while I start preparing my lunch so I can eat it once I put her down for her nap. Hi, Chloe. What happened to your play area? Did you take everything out and just throw it around? Hi. Hi. Oh, hi, Chloe. I'm currently air frying something, so that is what you are hearing in the background. So I got 4 masks in this order. So 3 of them are for me, and then, what is this? Oh, invoice. And then one of them is actually for my mom because I think I might have mentioned it, but she just didn't want to place like another order just for 1 mask because she forgot to order a color. So the other 3 colors that I got, again, they kind of are, well, that's not true. I was gonna say they're in the same family as the first 3 masks that I got, but they're not really. So I got this one, which is I think called Poseidon, which I thought was a fun name. So very fun blue. The other one, the one that my mom got me, because she got me 2, and one was more of like a burgundy kind of berry color, and then the other one was more of a teal. So this is definitely more of a blue. This one is Violet Verbena, which is kind of like a light lilac, really. And then the other color I got was called, I'm just pulling it up on my invoice, Silver Spoon. So they had a white, and then this one is more of a silver color. I didn't want a white one. I have white ones, the Uniqlo ones, and I do wear them, but I guess white probably wasn't like the best color choice. But this one is a Silver Spoon, so it's a light color, but it's definitely more of a silver than like a stark whiteout white. Okay, since Chloe is down for her nap, I thought I would show you guys my bags behind me. So I don't have that many bags here. I have a couple still at my parents' house, but I mean, for the most part, these are the ones that I use. So I just store them in the Billy bookcase. As you can see, I have like a tote there, a couple more totes there, and then I have some more over here. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Cuyana tote. Okay, this is the Cuyana tote. I just picked this up at the beginning of the year. I think it was April. Around April, they had this like 10 or 15% off sale, so I figured I would just go for it. I've always wanted to get a Cuyana tote, and I didn't realize that they came in multiple sizes. I thought they only came in the bigger size. So I was originally gonna get the bigger size, but then I thought I probably won't need a tote that big. So then I picked up this one, which is a small structure tote in, I think, Camel blush color combo. As you can see, it's like a pretty light beigey pink on the inside. There isn't really that many exciting features about this tote. It's leather, it has a pretty wide opening. Obviously it's a tote. It has one zippered compartment here, and then another little slit pocket here. And then it comes with these two straps that you can tie together to give it kind of a trapezoid look, which I never do. I don't think it looks that good on a smaller bag. Maybe on the bigger bag it looks a bit better. So yeah, I was using this originally as kind of like a diaper bag tote for Chloe, but we don't go out anywhere, so haven't needed to really use one of those. And I'm kind of having a little bit of regret not picking up the bigger version, because I just think the bigger version would probably work better as a work bag too. I'll show you guys what I use for a work bag. It's a Longchamp tote, but I do like the size of this. I think it's really great, and I love this colorway. I'll basically buy anything in this colorway, to be honest with you. And I do like the little sprinkles of the gold hardware. I do prefer gold hardware. Let's just carry on with the totes, shall we? I have a couple of totes up here. There's actually a bag in here, which I guess I'll show you after the tote. I have like a bag in bag system going on here. This leather tote here is just from JCREW. I use it as a work bag for a little bit, and yeah, it's actually held up quite well. It's a raw interior, and then it's a treated exterior leather. Yeah, I don't really use it that much anymore, but yeah, it's a nice work bag. It's like really boxy and structured, and it's very like plain looking. The bag I have inside that bag, again, it's like a bag I don't use anymore. I've had this probably since 2008, 2009, but it's from Coach, and it is the Hampton bag. I believe at the time this was like a reissue, so it's like one of their classic styles, and I love this one because it was all leather. This bag is really heavy. It's mainly like a top handle. Sorry, that was a bit of an awkward angle. It is mainly a top handle bag that you can kind of put in the crook of your arm. It also comes with this strap so you can wear it on your shoulder. And yeah, I liked it. I don't really wear it that much anymore because it is quite heavy, and I do prefer like a smaller bag I could do crossbody. I probably wouldn't get rid of it. I do like the overall structure of the bag, and it's actually really well made. Okay, the next bag is my work bag. I primarily use this for work, if not for travel, but it's a Longchamp large Pliage tote. I usually, when I'm not using it, just kind of fold it up. That's kind of the great thing about this, is it's really easy to travel with because you can just kind of box it up and then away you go. But it does unfold into just like a plain tote. I'm sure you guys have seen this everywhere. It's a pretty working girl, like quintessential work bag. I do like this also because it's relatively waterproof. Sometimes even when I'm going to work and I have like a more delicate bag with me, if it's raining or something, I just plop it inside this bag and then it's protected from the elements. But I like it because it's just sturdy. It like works well. It fits everything I need. So usually I carry like maybe a lunch with me or some snacks, extra pair of shoes, water bottle, and it fits like everything nicely. Like I said, the best part is the fact that you can just fold it up when you're not using it and just put it away. Okay, then we have the Neverful in the Damier Ebene, and this is in the MM size. I have had this for, actually still have the receipt in here. So I purchased this May 21st, 2010. So over 10 years ago. And when I bought this bag, I bought it from the Holt Renfrew Louis Vuitton store in Yorkdale. And you'll never guess how much I paid for it. It was only $715. I mean, at the time, relative to some other bags, it was on par. I think nowadays this bag is going for $1,900. Although when I bought this, it didn't come with the little mini pouch. Now the current version that you can get, it's the same structure, but it comes with like this little detachable pouch. So you're kind of getting like two bags in one. Anyway, I went for the Damier Ebene because I really like the monogram pattern, but for like what I was doing at the time, I thought it might be a little bit too flashy. So I preferred this one. I just like the colorway. It's a little bit more subdued. So this is obviously canvas, and then you have your leather trim and handles. Wear wise, you can see definitely a lot of wear on the handles and especially the trim. You can take it to the store and they'll redo everything for you at a cost though, because I've had it for so long. It's definitely not a defect of the product, it's just it's wear. Okay, my camera ran out of battery, so I don't remember if I finished talking about this, but basically I love it. I wouldn't sell it. It's a great tote. I don't really use it that much anymore, but yeah, I do really enjoy it still, and I'm glad I went with this. I originally had a little bit of second thoughts, thinking I should have gone with the monogram, but I'm happy with the Damier Ebene. So my next bag is actually inside this bag, and it is from Chanel, and it's actually a funny story because obviously this is not a Chanel dust bag. So this is the classic flap in medium. This is the lambskin and gold hardware. I've had this bag for 7 years. I bought it January 2013 from the San Francisco Chanel store. They only had the one at the time, I think. This isn't technically my first bag from the fashion house because I had two prior to this. The first one that I ever got from the fashion house was actually a gift from my mom. The second one I did buy from like money that I saved up from a part-time job while I was still in high school going into university. But I don't consider that my first bag. I was only making minimum wage at the time, so it's definitely not a bag I would have splurged on if I had like a mortgage and car insurance and things like that. This is the one that I consider like my true first purchase because I bought it while I was working full-time and like I was not living at my parents' house. The jumbo flap that I initially had before this was actually stolen. It was stolen maybe like 4 months after I purchased it, which was obviously devastating, and it was my own fault because I left it in a common area at school, and yeah, I went to like go get a coffee and then I came back and it was gone. Anyway, it took me a few years to muster up enough courage to pick up another one just because it was a lot of money. And I mean, if I still had that bag, I wouldn't have considered it a waste, even though the size and the hardware was like, in hindsight, it's just not my style anymore. But I wouldn't have considered it a waste because I would have gotten use out of it. But for it to have been stolen for 4 months after I had purchased it, it felt like such a huge waste of money. Anyway, the reason why it's in this red dust bag is because I bought this, like I said, from the San Francisco store, and I had gone to San Francisco on a whim, really. It was like a last minute trip that I had planned. I went by myself just to like get away. It was like January and it was dreary outside, and I wasn't even planning on picking this up then, but when I went into the store, the dollar at the time, the Canadian dollar and the US dollar were pretty much equal. So I was actually saving a bit of money getting it in the States because our Canadian dollar was really strong. I didn't have to pay like full HST. The tax rate in California is only like 8% or something like that. So I was saving a little bit of money. The thing is, I only brought a like carry-on suitcase with me. Anyway, the sales associate came out and she had this bag and she had like the box and all the tissue paper and like all that kind of stuff with it. And I told her I didn't want any of that because I was thinking in my mind, like, where am I supposed to put this box? Because I already had one carry-on. I only brought one carry-on. I didn't want to check my luggage. I didn't want to pay extra money to like bring an additional carry-on. So I told her I didn't want any of the packaging. She was so appalled that I did not want my bag like repackaged with the felt and the dust bag and then all the tissue paper and then put in a box and then like put the bow around it and then put into a bag. She was absolutely appalled, and she kept insisting that I take the box, and I said I didn't want it. I was just gonna walk out of the store without the packaging. I actually had to fight her a little bit on it. I don't know if it would be the same nowadays because everyone's like all about being environmentally conscious, and you're like always being asked if like you want a bag to carry your stuff out of the store with. But back then, I guess we didn't really care about the environment. Maybe just luxury fashion houses don't really care about the environment anyway. After a couple of minutes of like going back and forth, she was like, okay, like do whatever you want, but like here's the authenticity card and here's like your little booklet with like your little certificate. The only thing I do regret is not getting the dust bag in hindsight, because I mean, I don't normally put bags in dust bags, but now I'm thinking I probably should, because these have gone up in price a lot since I purchased mine, and yeah, I was looking, oh, I should take better care of it. So the dust bag I'm using is actually this one from Christian Louboutin, and it's actually inside out. So the inside is a little bit scratchy, but the outside is super soft and like luscious. So this is what the exterior looks like, and so I just flip it inside out, and that's what I'd use to store this bag in. Okay, over here we have like my crossbodies and like my one top handle bag. So this is the Speedy 30. Yeah, Speedy 30 in the Damier Ebene. And so it's the same pattern as obviously the Neverful, same like red interior. I do keep a bag organizer in here just to help keep it shaped, because it is a bit of like a floppy bag. You guys saw in yesterday's vlog that I did shine up this lock because it was looking a little bit grungy. So this bag I've had for 11 years now, I think, because I'm pretty sure I bought it in 2009. I keep the little keys just like in the little pocket here, and I got it again from Holt Renfrew in Gavriel Mall because they have a Louis Vuitton store there. And at the time, this was, actually have the receipt here. At the time, the receipt has like completely faded. But at the time, I think it was like $650, something like that. I'll double check and I'll leave everything on the screen because I'm not so good with remembering that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was, this bag I think retails for at least for sure double that, maybe even like triple that. This isn't the bandolier style. That came out like a couple of years after I had already purchased this. Had I probably done it over again, I would have purchased the bandolier because I like the option for a crossbody, but I wouldn't sell this at this point to get a bandolier because this one has like sentimental value to me. The rest of my bags here are from Mansur Gavriel. So I have two of their mini bucket bags. I always get asked questions about these, but these are the mini bucket bags, then they have the mini bucket bag, and then they just have the regular bucket bag. So the regular bucket bag maybe is like, I would say like 1.5 times the size. The mini is about like 50% the size of this. So I think the mini for me is just like the perfect size. So both of these are with the raw interior. You can get them with like a colored interior, but I like the raw. This one is the black, and this one is called Brandy. I have to say between the two, Brandy definitely is a little bit softer for whatever reason. I feel like they're both treated the same. Maybe the black is like slightly more treated because it has a bit of a shinier and like a more rigid exterior, whereas the Brandy is a little bit softer. I think it is still a classic style for a bag. They're really easy to wear. They fit lots of stuff. I personally really enjoy the bucket bag, so I still use mine all the time. And then the other two Mansur Gavriel bags I have here, one is the mini lady bag. So there's two sizes bigger than this. Although I do think they're discontinuing this because I still get emails from Mansur Gavriel, and I noticed that there's like a huge markdown on all of their lady bags. So if you're interested, you might be able to scoop one up for a good deal. But I really like this, and it actually surprisingly fits a lot. because I do carry a bunch of stuff with me. It's kind of one of the reasons I don't really use the double flap as much, is because I tend to carry a lot more stuff than it's willing to let me put in her. So yeah, I usually use like these other bags instead. The last bag is this double zip from Mansur Gavriel. This is in the pebbled leather, which I love. They came in like a bunch of different colorways and leathers. So they came in like the traditional like Mansur Gavriel vegetable leather. They also came in like a Saffiano leather, I think, but my favorite is the pebbled leather because it's a bit softer, more malleable, and I just love the look of this. So yeah, gold hardware, double zip, and even though this looks relatively small, it still holds quite a lot of stuff, which I love. So those are the collection of bags that I have behind me here. And yeah, I'm not like a huge luxury bag buyer anymore. I still like to admire them and like ooh at them, but yeah, I just like to spend my money elsewhere, or not really spend it, but save it, I guess. We have usually been doing takeout on a Friday, but we decided to switch it up because Fridays are always busy. I guess it's like date night, right? So we're having takeout on a Monday, and we're having Domino's pizza because it's just quick and easy. And we did Brooklyn pepperoni, pepper, mushroom, and some spinach. Also, I just got a package from Anchor. I'm actually doing a collab with them. It'll be a separate video from my Vlogmas videos because, yeah, not everyone likes to watch the Vlogmas videos. So I'm trying to post some content unrelated to Vlogmas. But yeah, very excited to open this up. You guys know I love Anchor products. I think I mentioned them, I'm sure, many times in the past, and I love their lightning cables, and they sent something over as a companion to the new iPhone 12s. First of all, the pizza was delicious. Second of all, I just finished filming an iPhone update, like a 1 month later update, just kind of a follow-up to my original review, and also included yeah, that sponsorship or collaboration with Anchor. And now I'm going to open up the advent calendar because I'm going to call it a night because I have a lot of editing to do. Okay, we're looking for day 16. Oops, it's another one I ripped. What does it say? 12 days of Christmas is not enough. I agree. Okay, that is it for Vlogmas episode 16. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm not sure what we will do tomorrow, but I will see you then. Bye!